You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Starting things off with a live look outside. It's a DMV first warn day due to some strong storms blowing through our area. Several parts of the region already seeing heavy rain. Areas near water could see some flooding. And we're expecting several inches of rain and extreme winds later today. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us. Latest check on the forecast. Damon, the big question people want to know is when will we see the worst of the storm?
Yeah, Mark, it's already nasty out there given the steady to heavy rain we have already been experiencing. And just think, folks, as this rain continues, picks up intensity, we're going to experience then the worst of this massive storm system later this evening, going into the start of the night tonight as that heaviest rainfall and the strongest winds arrive. And there's the scope of this very strong storm system. Again, the center of it is still back across the Midwest with wintry precipitation spanning across the entire northern edge of this storm system. Parts of western Maryland early this morning have already picked up over 6 inches of snow from this storm system. Meanwhile, to the south, severe weather ongoing in the southeast, and that heavy rainfall along the eastern edge of this storm expands into the DMV. And there we go, a wall of dark green across the entire area. It has been steadily raining since about 7 to 8 o'clock this morning. And there's that pocket I was talking about of wintry precip that is now starting to turn over to just plain rainfall in West Virginia and western Maryland. Now, already, folks, we have 2 active flood warnings already issued across the viewing area. One is along the Culpeper-Fauquier County line here for the Rappahannock River near Remington down toward Richardsville and Goldvein. And we're expecting flooding to ensue along the Rappahannock River there in short order as this rainfall continues and those water levels quickly rise. And then as you go back to the north, right along the Great Cacapon River here near Morgan County, West Virginia, there is also a flood warning ongoing. This is just off to the west of Berkeley Springs in Route 522. And we expect to see additional flood warnings issued as those water levels continue to rise throughout the rest of the day, and we continue to pile up this rainfall throughout the rest of the day. So our primary concerns continue to be flooding, even some flash flooding later as we experience the heaviest of that rainfall. Strong winds also expected here, and coastal flooding is going to be a big concern, especially across southern Maryland into parts of the tidal Potomac River. And with all of that happening, power outages later on today, that is something we're going to have to pay close attention to as we move throughout the rest of this storm. So let's time out to the rest of this storm system, the main impacts, what you can expect. We'll have all of that coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Right now, officials are helping people across the DMV protect themselves during the storm. As Damon mentioned a short time ago, there's threats of heavy winds and flooding in some areas, and our Candace Cole highlights what's being done in Prince George's County to brace for the rain.
We're here in Brandywine, where the Prince George's County Public Works Department is giving away free sandbags to try to help protect homeowners who may live in flood-prone areas. Prince George's County residents can pick up free sandbags now until Thursday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. to protect their homes and property against flooding from heavy rain expected all this week. Now, those sandbags are available at 3 locations in Prince George's County, here in Brandywine, the Ammondale facility in Beltsville, and in Forestville at the Darcy Road facility.
No sleet, rain, thunderstorm, whatever.
Residents can take up to 15 sandbags and will have to show proof of residency here in Prince George's County. We caught up with one resident whose backyard floods every time it rains.
We need these sandbags. Every time it rains really heavy and the wind blows, we get water in our basement. I think I should, if I could, give some to my neighbors. I have some senior neighbors, and I need to help them out too, so that's what I'll do.
And again, if you are a Prince George's County resident, you have until 3 p.m. today to pick up your free sandbags at one of the 3 locations. Prince George's County schools are closing 2 hours early today because of the weather, and schools in Frederick County, Virginia are closed entirely. In Brandywine, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
All right, Candace, thank you. Several school districts around the DMV are dismissing students early today because of the weather. This includes Fauquier County Public Schools, Anne Arundel County Public Schools, Stafford County Public Schools, Fredericksburg City Public Schools, and Prince George's County Public Schools. Meanwhile, Culpeper County Public Schools and Spotsylvania County Public Schools are closed today. On the Maryland side, Frederick County Public Schools announced that they are closing 3 hours early today. And Montgomery County Public Schools is in a code blue today. All schools will dismiss 2.5 hours early. And joining me now is Peggy Fox. She's the Media and Community Relations Manager in Northern Virginia for Dominion Energy, and she's at the Regional Operations Center in Herndon. Peggy, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about how is Dominion preparing for this powerful storm that we're really expecting to see today? Peggy, are you muted? Are you muted? I'm sorry. Can you check to see if you're muted? Oh, I guess we can't hear you. Well, maybe we'll come back to Peggy. I'm not sure if Peggy is muted or not, but we are experiencing technical difficulties, and once we get them fixed, we'll come back to Peggy. Well, new this afternoon, police are investigating a shooting in the 1600 block of K Street Northwest. They first responded to a shooting around 4:30 this morning. Police tell us that one victim was taken to the hospital. Their condition is unknown at this time. And police are looking for a white BMW with DC tags, number DLR 05020. And that vehicle has a broken right side mirror. All right, Prince George's County fire officials say that 3 people are displaced after a large fire destroyed their home. This is the home on Waterfowl Way in Largo, and you can see the building engulfed in smoke and flames. Crews were called shortly before 5 this morning. Officials say the fire started in the garage and spread to the roof. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire has not been released.
It's the opening of a Pandora's box, and it's a very sad thing that's happened with this whole situation. When they talk about threat to democracy, that's your real threat to democracy.
That was former President Donald Trump today after appearing in court for a hearing at the D.C. Court of Appeals. The case involves a 4-count indictment filed by Special Counsel Jack Smith, alleging that the former president plotted to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Former president claims that he has presidential immunity from criminal prosecution and cannot be held responsible for the January 6th Capitol insurrection. We'll have more details on the former president's court appearance later today in our 4 p.m. newscast. Meanwhile, the D.C. judge overseeing the former President Trump's election case was targeted Sunday night. Police say that a fake emergency was called into the U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkin's address in D.C. They responded around 10 p.m. to the report of a shooting. They figured out that no shooting had happened. She has received several threats since she was assigned to the former president's case last year. Well, developing now, a driver is in custody, after allegedly crashing an SUV into a gate at the White House. Secret Service made the arrest just before 6 last night. The agency did not say whether they believe it was intentional. Some roads around the White House were closed to traffic after the crash, and according to the president's schedule, President Biden was in Dallas and not at the White House at the time of the crash. All right, I think we're ready now. We're going to head back to Peggy Fox. She's the Media and Community Relations Manager in Northern Virginia for Dominion Energy. And Peggy, let's get right to it. How is Dominion preparing for the severe weather, the storms that we're going to be experiencing throughout the day?
We have fully staffed all of our offices. We are prepared and ready to go. We will work around the clock to get people's power back if they lose power. So just know we're ready. I'm here in the Operations Center here in Herndon, and we've got all hands on deck preparing when and if we have power outages.
And Peggy, if power goes out, what should people do?
Well, we want to tell everyone, of course, to charge all your devices, to prepare and prepare any sort of emergency kit as well. Make a list of everything you might need if the power goes out, including medicines and food and things like that. But if you do lose power, the best way to let us know, and we would like you to tell us if you lose power, is to download the Dominion Energy app. If you're a customer, please try to download it on your iPhone or your phone, your smartphone. You can also report an outage online, or you can call our helpline, which is 1-866-DOM-HELP. That's 1-866 DOM-HELP, if you want to write that down.
Peggy, any other tips? Should we look out for our elderly neighbors? Should we have that emergency kit with the blankets and extra food available? What else should folks in the region be ready for?
Absolutely. All of that. Please check on your neighbors. Some people are living alone and don't have anybody to check on them. So please do that. Also, you want to remember that if you lose power, if there are wires down, I mean, we are expecting branches, possibly trees to come down. Remember that ground is saturated, and trees falling on lines is the main cause of outages, and branches and things like that. If you see wires down, here's the number one safety tip. Always assume they are energized, and do not go anywhere near them. Stay at least 30 feet away. Keep animals away from them. Remember that if somebody has a generator plugged in, that can feed electricity back onto the grid. Speaking of generators, if you have one, please make sure it is installed and operated properly. Never ever turn a generator on inside any sort of area, even a garage. Always keep those outside and installed and working properly.
Peggy Fox with Dominion Energy, thank you very much for your time.
Take care.